CECFOrdos is where they hold the annual China Equine Cultural FestivalChange at Shanghai, and you've still got a night and several hours to wait if, as seems normal, you miss your onward flight. Even when you land at Inner Mongolia's premier airport, there's still 30 miles to be driven through the strange streets of what was once allegedly Genghis Khan's HQ. No, he wouldn't recognize it. If you traveled there to go to the races, you've got to have a good reason. If you go 2 years in a row, especially on the weekend before the EBRA meeting, you need to know why. Ordos, Inner Mongolia, is of course where they hold the annual Chinese Equine Cultural Festival. Even more significantly, it is the place where the China Horse Club now stages its annual gathering of members and their guests. If, like Elliot Walden, president and CEO of Windstar Farm, which has won most of the major prizes in American racing at least once, and is now one of the CHC's several partners in the U.S., you believe that the club is going to be as big in world racehorse ownership as Godolphin or Coolmore are today? Do you want to go to make sure racing's still moving forward in what is by far the world's most populated country, the country in which, if it really takes off, will change the face of the sport worldwide? Sad, June 24, 2017. Queen Elizabeth II at Ascot. Through the years, if you're a big player, you also want to make sure no big development takes place without you. If you're just a common or garden British racing hack, you want to go along to see if you're going to have as good a time as you did last year, and also to check whether Miss China 2015, a Donald Trump pageant, would you believe who knocked your eyes out last year, decided to turn up again? She didn't. But a lot of other interesting people did. They included plenty of Australians. The CHC has already had a Horse of the Year there, dissident plenty of Americans, many Europeans, not a few of them in the bloodstock business, and the Queen's racing manager, John Warren, who is also the CHC's international advisor. They also included a few hundred of the richest men in China, members of the CHC. People say that when racing in China finally explodes, that's to say when, or if betting becomes legal there, it will start a stampede that'll make Klondike look like dressage practice. In the circumstances, Goldrish, the club's daughter of Frankel and Alexander Goldron, might be very well named. Cecf Goldrish wasn't expected to be ready for her only outing so far at Navan last month, which is the only explanation for her being allowed to go off at 61. Bolted up is too hackneyed a phrase to describe what she did to her rivals in a big field. She treated them like dogs treat lamp posts. There may still be some satisfying prices available for next year's classics. The presence at Ordos Yiki racecourse of many local government officials indicates that the CHC has been given the nod to race there for the foreseeable future, but not perhaps as firmly as did the recent public award as Entrepreneur of the Year made to CHC's chairman and founder Tao King by the Shanghai Chamber of Commerce, or the approving article on the Xinhua agency website about the club he founded. Xinhua does not publish approving articles without central government's consent. Over 16,000 attended the race meeting, and the online viewership of the races on China's Daluma website jumped from 600,000 in 2016 to over 2 million in 2017. Cecf and the other 2 billion or so in China are similarly seduced by the Chinese Equine Cultural Festival, the pioneers who joined the CHC at its inception 4 years ago, and who now have the opening of its St. Lucia Turf Club to look forward to this winter. An investment of just the casual $2.6 billion will find themselves celebrities both at home and abroad. After racing, celebrities and VIPs went off to the chairman's dinner at the best hotel in Ordos. The rest of us enjoyed singing and dancing by ladies in Mongolian traditional, that's 13th century costume. Then on the apron in front of the very modern stands we had the opportunity to enjoy beer and flamme-grilled mutton on skewers. Definitely not overcooked, the sort of treat the Golden Horde would have looked forward to after a hard day's conquering and pillaging. Genghis himself would have been proud of the way the CHC is going. We Western observers began to think about the long way home,